Hi everyone,
Фельдман. Со мной сегодня Дима Кондрашин.
I'm Yelena Feldman and I have Dmitry Kondrashin assisting me.
Можно стать параноиком в мире мобильных устройств.
We've come all the way from Chelyabinsk to talk about becoming paranoid in the world of mobile devices. Please raise your hand if you use messengers. Viber, WhatsApp. Anybody uses Telegram? Oh, good. Telegram seems to be the most popular messenger here. Good. This means you've come to the right address. Now we're doing forensics in Chelyabinsk, and in particular, we are doing forensics for mobile devices running Android. Well, we are a small team compared to Group IB, but we do collect our own stats. And in 2014, 2015, we investigated about 800 incidents involving bank trojans. There were actual waves of attacks like this, where people had money stolen from their plastic cards. About 98% of these incidents were due to banking trojans, and 80% of them intercepted SMS messages, intercepted text. Well, today, pretty much everyone can intercept a text, so we decided to take it one step further. On Android, SMSs are kept, are stored in a database called SMSDB, and pretty much any application can get access to it if you give the right privileges to an application. If you enable an application to read your SMS, well, your SMS is fully controlled by a third party. So it should be very easy for you to come up with a spy app that will be able to do pretty much anything it likes with your SMSs, including sending them, receiving, encrypting them. I'm sorry, we are having difficulty with your sophisticated equipment here. We heard this presentation yesterday regarding Android viruses, so you will remember that this virus read and intercepted messages. Messengers today play an important role in our lives. So most of us will check this or that messenger in the morning, like first thing we do. Messengers are also an important thing for the business. For example, in my work, I use chats in WhatsApp, Viber, and Telegram with my team. There's no doubt that texts are popular and convenient. Obviously, texts are not private at all. It's very easy to intercept them because they are transmitted unencrypted, plain text. And as Yelena has already mentioned, anybody can intercept your SMS today. With messengers, it's a different story. Any decent messenger will take some care to assure encryption, maybe end-to-end encryption, will try to assure your privacy. Well, server leaks can still happen, but let's talk about the way messengers store the databases. Just like SMS, these files are stored as databases, but they're not system files, they are stored in a private container of a particular application. And Android engineers were pretty serious about those private storages. So you probably know that every application runs with a pretty good delineation of access rights, and individual applications are not allowed to go into each other's storages. So if you take some care of the privacy of your data, it will be pretty difficult to intercept your IAMs. Or at least this is what we tend to believe. Is that really true? As Dima has already pointed out, intercepting modern IAM communications is very difficult. But there are some, as we call them, housewife techniques. Take Viber, for example. There must be Viber users here as well. You can actually install Viber on PC, and then if you manage to steal a look at the confirmation code that is transmitted once to the telephone, you will be able to sneak on Viber communications all the time. Just don't forget to delete the message later. You will remember that several weeks ago, a telegram of some political dissidents was hacked. So essentially their Telegram accounts weren't just hacked, but they were effectively hijacked. Skype seems to be the best protected application because they don't they don't send anything anywhere. You can steal the account for sure, then you will be able to read the history. But these are sort of brute force techniques that we have little interest in. Let's instead talk about the functionality of our application. Well, our application doesn't care which messenger to sniff. Moreover, this application is completely hidden. You won't be able to see it in the list of applications running. The application doesn't need root rights, which means it won't be impacted by Android updates and the custom landscape of patches. We've tested it on the plethora of Android devices. We haven't tested it yet on Android 6, but it should work. So we've been able to develop an application for Android OS that doesn't require root rights, that will still be able to read all the messages in any instant messenger running on Android. So it can easily send data to remote servers, encrypted. It can hide from legit users. It can easily copy all the information. And it does some code obfuscation. Why do we need code obfuscation? We're not afraid of AVs. AVs don't see our application as a virus. We're actually using no vulnerability, but we did obfuscate the code in order to make the analysis of the application more difficult if you land your hands on it. Let me show you the demo. Can you please switch over to TeamViewer? So we have TeamViewer running on a tablet, and we have two Viber test accounts. Dima has one, I have the other. So you see that Dima here is sending a message. Well, I'm waiting for the message to arrive. Wi-Fi is not ideal here. Okay, I got the message. So you see in the web portal the information about about all the texts, time of dispatch, sender and receiver. So now that you've seen that it works, we understand that telling all the details of how we implemented it would be bad because you are a suspicious crowd, you can easily develop Trojans or what have you. Instead, we'd like to explain why we didn't use particular primitives. For example, we could take screenshots and take them to the server, but that would require so much traffic. And moreover, Android must have thought about it, because starting from version 4, applications are prohibited from making screenshots of other applications. Incremental backups seemed like a good idea as well at first, because incremental backup is a commonly used feature. There is only one disadvantage. It's not a universal solution. In order to prohibit a particular application from backing itself up, all you gotta do is just add one line to the file manifest. And finally, we can use we can root the device or use the existing vulnerabilities. But the problem is that Android keeps pushing its updates on a regular basis, and custom patches are also applied very often. So it's certainly not a reliable method. So we believe that what we have developed is so much better. Application delivery is obviously a conundrum here. Well, you can manually install it. You can sort of provision it if you are the operator. Or you can do sort of social engineering. You can say, I want to show you, for example, a clip on YouTube, and you can easily download something from a website. While doing that, and he won't even notice that. You can use social engineering. You can send an invite so that you see, for example, a particular photo, or you can invite him to update an application, and then you will be able to read all his correspondence. Or you can, for example, download something from the Google Market, and then you will get additional modules over time. So we started the whole thing for about a year. We have quite successfully developed it, and it works with all the popular IMs. Now we are looking for better, more convenient ways of deploying it to Android devices, and we have already become paranoid. We actually came here without source codes, without our laptops, and we have wiped our devices just in case. What we're trying to tell you is that if somebody wants to reach your communications will be read. There is no defense, there is no protection, Telegram or no Telegram. That's it. Thank you very much.
Это в привате будем обсуждать.
Prices will be disclosed in private discussions.
Классная паранойя. Я зашел на админку, там нет аутентификации и шифрования.
It's actually free of charge.
Спасибо.
Ну,
I've browsed your admin site. There is no authentication there.
Еще, наверное, один вопрос и вопросы остальные в кулуарах.
Можно сразу два. Если вы, во-первых, передали ли вы информацию разработчикам Android?
Have you told Android about it? No, certainly not. And what's the big point of your speech? We do know everything can be hacked. When we researched it, we didn't find any information. No, you haven't disclosed anything. We haven't. We have demoed it to you. It could be a fake video. No, it's an online team viewer. Yeah, you could still fake it. You know what? If we tell you the implementation routine, there is no knowing what you will be up to with this information. Well, I think some information was shown in the slides. And please note that the application doesn't really get out of sandbox. We're using system functions, although in a peculiar manner. You're sort of selling it, right? You've presented it. There must be a reason for doing that, right? It's not just a matter of pride for you. You say you have an application, it means you're trying to sell it. Is that correct? No, absolutely. We can sell it. To the highest bidder, for sure. Let me join in the chorus of criticism then. Why should you then present it all? I can propose two more attack vectors. One is to install your own keyboard. And you can also use Accessibility Manager. So Accessibility Manager is designed for blind and or deaf people. So you can easily read the text off the screen and you can read all the keyboard inputs. Yeah, that could be possible. Thanks for your report.